Hello class. Today we're doing Red P10.3. Okay, doing even numbers. It says use a table to solve the equation. Well, we learned in class today that if we leave one equation equal to the other equation, we will discover the value of P. Okay? And so therefore it will eliminate the need to create a table, which is somewhat time consuming. We understand the concept of tables, okay? In this case, we're going to choose a different approach to solving the equation. So let's take a look. Let's combine our y's. Okay, and therefore, when we divide this by 14, this by 14, we discover that y is equal to a -1/2. Okay? Now we can check. We can redo our problem so that -4 times a -1/2 minus 7 will give us a +2 minus 7 should give us a 5, a -5. Okay? And then when we have 10 times a -1/2, then the answer is -5. So therefore we know then that x would be, our y, in this case for our answer would be a -2, -1/2, okay? And so therefore that is the answer to our problem. So we will move on, okay? Okay, so before I move forward, I just want to explain that although this letter is y, our coordinates would actually be -1/2, -5, okay? This is just a variable that was used in the equation, but when we're solving, we will be solving for x. Just like we're here, this is p, it's just a variable that's being used. When we solve, we will be solving for the value of x, okay? All right, so let's move on to here with D. We are going to go ahead and isolate D. All right, we're going to put a +10D here, +10D here. That'll give us a 4D plus 15 equals -9. When we put a -15 on both sides, 4D would be equal to a -24. When we divide both sides by 4, then D is equal to a -6. And so therefore we plug it in. Okay, now let's check our answer with our -6. -6 times -6 plus 15 will give us a 36 plus 15, which would be a 51, okay? 3, 4, 5. All right, let's move forward. We have a -10 times a -6 minus 9. Okay, that'll give us a -60. No, a +60. +60. Okay, minus 9, which will give us a 51. Okay, so it checks out. -6. So our coordinates would be -6, 51. Those will be our coordinates, okay? Let's move on to number 6. It says use a graph to solve the equation. In other words, what would x be equal to? What would y be equal to? In this case, x is 1, y is 0, so therefore x is 1 would solve this equation. So let's check it out. If we have 4 times 1 minus 4, 4 times 1 is 4, minus 4 is 0. And here, -2 times 1 plus 2, Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 plus 2 would be 0. So therefore, when x is 1, our y is 0, and so therefore that solved our equation. Okay, that's our lesson for today. Let me turn the page to be sure. Yes, okay. All right, see you in the morning.